Good afternoon. Today we are going to explore the Bluebook exam app. Within this app is where you will take your upcoming PSAT, and also inside of it are some great practice materials that we hope will help prepare for test date. So we'll begin by accessing an app which should be located on your home screen. If you do not see the Bluebook app, please download it from self-service. Once you've clicked on the app, you'll notice two options for signing in. The first of which is highlighted yellow, and it says to use a sign-in ticket. This is where you will sign in on test day. Your test proctor will give you a sign-in ticket. For now, we're going to practice signing in with our College Board student account. This will be the white icon right below the yellow one. To sign in, you're going to use your email address and password that you set up in your PIT class. If you can't remember your email or password, please check in with your PIT teacher. Okay, once you're signed in, you will notice there are three options for you to choose from. You will not have any active tests right now. However, once you complete your upcoming PSAT 8, 9 exams, you will notice them in the past section. That will happen a couple weeks after you complete your exam. For now, there should be nothing under your test options. Right below this is where we are going to explore. You will notice two options, test preview and full-length practice. The full-length practice exam has modules of the reading and writing section, as well as both models for the mathematics section. The test preview resource that we are about to look at has the same exact features as the full-length practice, except it doesn't have the full-length test, and you do not receive a score when you do the test preview. You do receive one when you do the full-length practice. So let's go ahead and click on Test Preview. You will see a description of other resources available to you. Let's go ahead and click Next. On the drop-down, it will give you two options, AP Exams and SAT Suite. For a PSAT preparation, you're going to click on the SAT Suite of Assessments.
Here you will see how you will navigate the upcoming section, which is first off going to be the reading and writing section. But I'm going to go over a few of the key components that will help you be successful in the upcoming test. Step 1 is looking up here in this drop down. You'll see directions. So if you're curious how to answer your questions, if you click on that, it will give you a brief description on how to navigate this section. Next up, we will focus on the highlights and notes. You can highlight text within a question and utilize multiple resources, including highlight color. You can underline. You can even add comments about a specific question. The great thing is, once you put this information in, it will actually save your notes. So next on this question, what I will highlight is going to be mark for review and cross out answer choices. We're going to start with cross out answer choices. The default setting for this resource is inactive, and you can tell it's inactive because it's highlighted white with a line crossed through it. So to activate this feature, you'll click on it and you'll notice it changes it to blue and adds these little options over here on the right hand side. The great thing about this feature is if you know for a fact that there are answer options that are incorrect, and let's say on this question we know scholarly and personal are incorrect answers, by clicking the cross-out option on the right-hand side, it will remove those answers from your choice options. Let's say you're not 100% sure about the answer to this question. Well, what you can do, now click this last resource, which is called Mark for Review. What this does is when you finish your section, down here at the bottom, you'll notice where you can click this drop down and it lets you navigate to any question within this section. Turn that question blue. That means we have put in an answer, and it also has the red tab above it. That was how we marked it for review. So no matter what question we're on, let's say we want to skip over to question 7. And then on question 7, you go, wait, I want to go back to question 1. You can do that at any point, and you'll notice when you do this, it saves all your highlights, all your notes, even the answer options that you marked out. The final piece of this section that I will talk through, you can see here where it gives you even further resources that you're welcome to use at your discretion at any given time. It will say check your work before moving on, and that module will be over. After a few moments, it will then forward you over to the math section. You'll notice the details on the math section are a little longer. That's because, number one, it has the multiple choice options, just like the reading and writing section. However, this section also has what they call student-produced response questions. On STAR test, we know these as text entry questions. You can see there are 3 different ways you'll be asked to input your answers into these student-produced response questions. You can either put them in as a decimal, a fraction, or even a negative fraction. In the first column, or the middle column, you'll notice acceptable ways to enter each answer. And then the final column is unacceptable, in which you will not receive credit on this question. So feel free to preview all that information when you get in, hit close. And then at this point, a lot of the features are the exact same. However, there are 2 that are very unique to math. In the top right corner, you'll notice there is a calculator option. If you click on this feature, you'll notice this is the Desmos calculator, which is what appears on your STAR test. However, this version of the Desmos calculator has a few extra features that are extremely helpful when you work on these questions. So the first is you can type in the equation in the exact form that it appears. And what it'll do is it'll actually graph that equation for you. You do not have to get y by itself. The other option or resource is the reference. If you click on reference, you will find your reference sheet, which contains various objects, formulas that will be extremely helpful for you as you answer questions in this section. Here we have a student-produced response with directions. It even highlights how to answer the question. And once you feel comfortable typing in your answer, you would just use your keypad once you click on the icon on the box, and it will fill in the information that you put into it. And as it concludes your practice preview, it says you are all finished. There are no scores in the preview, but there would be scores at this point for you to look at if you did the full length practice test. When you go home, it's right back where we started. I hope this has been helpful for you. Take care and have a good day.